Hey, on today's Moment of Truth, we are going to be talking about drugging little kids. Yes, little kids, and I mean little kids, 2 to 3 year olds. Now, who's doing this? Well, you, the parents, are doing this, evidently. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, there's a new report out that says there are 10,000 toddlers, ages 2 to 3 years old, who are on Ritalin and or Adderall for ADHD. What the hell is wrong with us? 2 to 3 year olds? 2 to 3 year olds. What 2-year-old isn't active or hyperactive or annoying or why? I get it. But why are we drugging them? When you're 2 to 3 years old, your brain isn't even developed yet. Why on earth would we put a drug in it that alters its chemical makeup? And don't say it doesn't, that's why the chemical's going in there. So why would we put a chemical in a mind that isn't developed yet? I mean, now we're not even talking about majorly developed or mostly developed or even partway developed. I mean, a 2 to 3 year old is so underdeveloped that you would want to protect that. You don't know if they have ADHD. You don't know if they have ADD. At 2 to 3 years old, it's called being alive. They're alive. See, but part of the problem is parents don't want to be parents anymore. No, there was a study out recently that said the average American now spends 11 hours on some form of smart device a day. 11 hours. Now, I admit it, I do, but I'm not raising kids. The problem is parents don't want to be parents. Parents think, oh, well, you know, if this little kid's running around and I actually have to parent this thing, then I'm not going to be able to catch the latest episode of Dancing with the Stars or whatever other distraction is now taking up a parent's life. No, I mean, really, 45 minutes a day is considered awesome now if you spend 45 minutes a day with a kid. 15 minutes with a spouse. But yet, you know, those things are important to me. Shut up. When we're drugging 2-year-olds because they're too active, there's a problem. You know, let's just kind of look at this issue on a larger scope. How do they determine and decide if somebody has ADHD? Well, according to the CDC website, the Diagnosis and Evaluation Guidelines for Primary Care Physicians, well, you have to see if there's symptoms present, like inattention and hyperactivity and impulsivity. And those symptoms have to be observed in 2 or more locations, such as school and home. Wait a second. Wait. So you're telling me that if I'm inattentive at school and I'm inattentive at home, you need to drug me? Why? Why are we even thinking about drugging this activity in the first place? I mean, let's just step back a little bit. Let's just step back. I get it. According to the CDC, we have a huge percentage of kids who qualify as ADD and ADHD. But so what? Really, so what? We used to drug people who were big threats. You know, there used to be this kid in my neighborhood who used to string a line across the sidewalk to kind of clothesline kids as they rode their skateboards and bikes. He would throw ninja stars at cats, and he said that he was going to kill everybody in the neighborhood. That guy should be on a drug. Got it. He should be in a room someplace under care, and I hope he gets well, and I don't know what he's up to now. But that is a case of, okay, we might need to drug this kid. However, when it comes to, well, little Jimmy just doesn't want to pay attention. Oh, heaven forbid little Jimmy doesn't want to pay attention. Why is that considered a druggable offense? Well, because we need him to do well in school. Why? I mean, do you want the kid to do well? Yes. But do you drug them in order to get that to happen? No. No. And if you drug a child, I mean, we're not talking about adults. If you have adult ADHD and you want to take a pill for it, pop it like Pez. I don't care. But when you're talking about a kid, and not just the 2 to 3 year olds, how about the 4, 5, 8, 10 year olds, the 12-year olds? So what if they're hyperactive? Well, we need them to pay attention and be calm in school. No, that's what you want. It's not what we need. What we need is for them to develop as nature intended. And if they're going to be hyperactive humans, so what? So what? You know, I fell into this category. They wanted to drug me, and some people say I'm still a little bit hyperactive. Matter of fact, that might be how I get creative, for goodness sakes. Who knows? Who cares? Who cares? But I remember I was at an event recently, And this psychologist or psychiatrist, whichever one can prescribe drugs, she noticed that I'm always moving something, always, like a toe, a finger, whatever, rocking back and forth. I'm always moving. And somebody asked me in this forum that I was at, Josh, what's your writing process? Because I have a couple books coming out. I have one out already. And I said, well, you know, I find a really noisy place. I find like a casino or a concert, really. And I go there and I write, and that's where I, you know, have the best creative moments. And this doctor says, have you ever been diagnosed with ADD or ADHD? And I said, no. Why? Well, not officially diagnosed. The school counselor wanted to drug me, but no, not an official diagnosis. And she said, well, you might want to, because, you know, with the fact that you're always moving something, you're always rocking back and forth, and the loud noise quiets down your mind so you can think, those are symptoms of ADHD. You should get something for that. Why should I get something for that? That aspect of who I am produced what I'm doing now. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have this. So why would we want to control that? Why would we want to stomp that out? I mean, heaven forbid that a 4-year-old doesn't pay attention. Heaven forbid that a 16-year-old doesn't want to be in school. Why is that bad? So if you're a parent out there, I get it. You know, you want your kids to grow and develop and all that sort of stuff. Rock on, got it. But don't replace parenting with drugs. Don't replace a desire for a calm child with the desire for a healthy, ambitious child. Maybe they're going to be one of those crazy base jumpers, or maybe they're going to be an artist, or maybe they're going to be an auctioneer or something. I don't know, whatever ADHD people end up doing. Hosting a talk show, whatever it happens to be. But why is that bad? We really have to step back, especially in light of this new study that says 10,000 kids ages 2 to 3 are being drugged. And we have to step back and say, wait a second. Is inattentiveness, is impulsiveness, is hyperactivity really something that's punishable with a drug? And yes, it is punishable, because obviously they're not hurting anybody. They're not a detriment to society. And if you have to drug them in order to get a kid to comply with your desire in terms of educational standards or paying attention at home, then there's something wrong with you, not the kid. And that's today's moment of truth. Now keep in mind, these are only clips, these moments of truths. The real show airs 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and if you're missing it, man, you're missing out. Call your local station or go to TuneIn or iTunes or something like that and make sure you're getting the show. Until next time.